All right, welcome to the show. I am your host, the notorious, the greatest of them all, Tyree Sneed. First of all, shout out to, I'll just call you Buck. You have Buck in your name. You know who I'm talking about. You commented on my Tone Space video, which I deleted because they were trying to only give me half of the money for it. So sometimes when they do that, I just delete them because it's pointless for me to have them up, in my opinion. Um, but Today, I'm here to talk just for a minute about the knowledge is key catastrophe. That's right. Now, again, I was being nothing but genuine like I always am. That's number one. Number two, it seems that the same obsessed trolls are still following me around the internet and stalking me everywhere I go and every move I make, right? Which is absolutely ridiculous. But they have nothing else better to do, and it's what they've devoted every single second to doing, right? So, yeah, first of all, when you do that, when you come over and you type your nonsense, you just get ignored, man. And doing that in front of me to try to make me feel something is just irrelevant because honestly, it just doesn't make me feel anything. It really doesn't. I could care less. I mean, everyone who I try to talk to, basically, you're trying to come over. Like, how are you always there? Like, that's super weird. And you're going to go to prison for that, right? Common sense. And everyone I talk to, you're trying to slander me to. You get what I'm saying? So you're I'm trying to do a show with Terry Ann Bell on here, and then you go comment a fake account every single time. It was a fake account. It wasn't a real viewer every time, and you say lies about me, and then you think people like Terry Ann Bell aren't smart enough to see through that? Do you think everyone really falls for that? I mean, come on. Any normal person would ask the question, why are you following this man around? And it would just make them more interested in me, and anyone would see through your charade and your act and see what you're up to and what you're doing. I mean, that's really the truth. That's the common sense of it all, right? So yeah, no, you get nothing. We don't feed giraffes over here. That's number one. Okay. Number two. Okay. I need you to understand. I'm not doing anything wrong, man. I'm just having fun and doing my job, and I'm going to continue to. It's just that simple. So, hold up. So, like I said, I'm a free citizen in the United States of America, and if you have a problem with it, that's too bad. You're going to have to deal with it, right? Because it's not going to change. All right, so like I said, this is my job. I got every right to do it, and I'm not asking permission. So yeah, like I said, knowledge is key. I was nothing but genuine to right. I told him my joke that I made, which happened to be true. Right, I actually am who stated and called him out on his nonsense and said he's a narcissist. It's clear as day. He's weak as it gets. And like I said, I basically really honestly feel sorry for the guy. And I was trying to be nice to him and be a friend, even though he's been nothing but an enemy towards me. And I still feel the same way. I hope that they work out their issues, but that was a complete meltdown, brother. I don't have to come on here and exploit you. I'll just say the truth. And, first of all, I want to offer the girlfriend or the wife. I don't know her name. I don't know if it's like Naya Kell, or I don't know how you say it, if that's her name or what. That's the screen name on here. But I'm going to ask her if she wants to do a show where she comes on the panel and explains the truth. And I'm not going to have any interruptions when people are speaking the truth. You narcissists don't like truth. That's not my problem. You don't like me because I am the truth and I speak nothing but the truth. So again, you have nothing to say about me that's true or factual, and I have everything true to say about you. That goes for everybody, right? So again, you're not going to silence me. You can't, and you're super weak and you're super concerned. And everything she was typing in the chat was honestly straight facts. I was trying not to take a side, just trying to be nice and out of respect that I don't have to have for him because, I mean, he's not a man. I mean, basically, I feel like everything that she had to say about him was true. honestly, if you want my real consensus and opinion, I feel like everything she said about him is exactly what I said since day one, and she wasn't listening to me when I said it a long time ago. I mean, I've put him in his place a million times on different panels. I've told him a million times what it is and who he is and what his issue is. My deal is I'm not against him. I'm here to help even. Um, so I mean, it's hard to explain that to somebody who sees things in only black and white. But I like the guy. I don't have nothing against him, honestly. I don't. And that's the weird thing is the first chance he got, you saw what he did. He starts slandering me again. He does this every single time. He said something about me being a bad person. How is the nicest guy known to man, who's never wronged anyone, right? Like, other people can't tell my story, only I can. Everyone knows I'm the best person on the planet. I'm a good person, right? So where would you get off saying I'm a bad person? I'm not the one cheating on my wife, homie. You are. Like, are you serious? I told you I've never cheated ever on anyone, ever. Like I said, the only relationship that I did was because we were separated because she was never around. So I mean, she was the one who was on that type of stuff, just because that's how she was built. Because she was weak like you and a full blown, narcissist. So I mean, if you're not around, I mean, we're separated. We're not together. So I'm going to go have fun and do what I do. And I just happen to get a lot of women, right? Okay. So it's not cheating. So I officially haven't ever cheated on you. In any relationship I've been in, I will not cheat. I refuse to. I don't see the point in getting in a relationship to be unfaithful, right? But the point is, I mean, she was going in. She said all the facts about him, all the facts. She exposed him. She said the truth, how I was reading what you were saying. He said the truth, how do you have all those clothes and computers? Because she paid for them all. That's the truth. She paid for everything that he has. And she was the support system. She did everything for him. And then he even came out and admitted all the truth. He admitted it. He finally admitted all the lies he's been telling for all these decades came out in one foul swoop. It was crazy. It was like an epic moment. And he admitted that he cheated. He admitted that he's been poor this entire time. His entire life he's been poor. He said this out his own mouth, his own words, right? So I mean, he just went full on exposure and went ahead and completely exposed himself, right? Um, when he didn't have to. He's not very bright. He's like all of them. He's also emaciated and looks like he never eats, which is odd. I just find it odd that you're struggling. I mean, how are you claiming you're poor and you're struggling, but she was taking care of you the entire time and she was the support system, like I said. So it's like, it doesn't really add up or make coherent sense. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, I mean, to each their own. Um, People are going to do what they're going to do. He's going to lie. He's going to lie nonstop. But yeah, like I said, the first chance he got to try to slander me, he jumped right on it. Said I was a bad person. I'm a bad person, but I'm the one that's having to take all of this, whatever you call it, from all these people. I've been nothing but nice, been nothing but cool, right? So I mean, how would that make sense? I've been the best person to everyone. Everybody owes me money. People ask me for money. I gave them money. I was generous to everyone. I paid grown men's light bills that I didn't have to. I did everything for everyone. So I mean, to sit there and say that is just so far in left field. It's unreal, but he's just trying to deflect and get the attention off of him. And I mean, it's just crazy that he would even go live like that. And then you can tell that he was role reversing and projecting with the entire situation, because he's sitting there projecting on everything, lying, trying to paint her like she's the bad person, just like he wants to paint me like I'm the bad guy. And she was saying hold on. So yeah, all I am is a good Samaritan and a good person. I don't try to paint myself anyway. I don't mind being the See, here I am helping people. All right, so yeah, like I said, I mean, I know who I am, brother. I mean, everybody knows who I am. I mean, we know I'm a good person. I get my giggles in. I make jokes. I have a sense of humor. I might make fun of you if you deserve it, like you. But I mean, come on, bro. I mean, like you're like the laughing stock of reality in YouTube. Not just now, but you always have been. And you're still talking about the same dudes talking about Lazo. Lazo was the wannabe rapper, who was another one that looks like a twig. Okay, Lazo is a joke. Okay, shout out to Don P though. Me and Don P get along. Don P's cool. Shout out to Don P, and if Don P gets a chance, say hi to me on here, please. Um, yeah, cool with Don P. Cool with Ruin Cross. I like Ruin Cross. Always have. Never had an issue with him. He's never been disrespectful to me, and even if he was, I think he's a pretty chill dude. Um, I have nothing bad to say about him. I think he's been cool since day one. I think he's just a normal person that tries to go along to get along and be normal, which is what I like. So I like Ruin Cross. I want to hear him rap more, and I'd like to see an offer if he wants to collab and work on some music stuff or talk some music business with me. I would love to do that personally, but yeah, I don't know. I like Ruin Cross. Never had an issue with Ruin Cross ever. Never will. Um, but yeah, if you want to talk about any business or rap stuff, let me know. I am the CEO of my own record label. I am building this all from the ground up. And even though I'm struggling horribly right now, my breakfast was provided by God today. Okay. A lot of people are generous and help me because I'm out here struggling. I mean, and people can see that I'm struggling. So, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that I'm not. I also work hard. I work harder than anyone. I work every day, pretty much all day. I've been up since 6 a.m. yesterday. I mean, I work harder than anyone. But this company, they pay like 100th of a cent for 1,000 views, and that's it. And I have to do my job. I'm not going to let anybody stop me from my right in America to work and do my job. And I'm a true American. I mean, that would be silly, right? So what I do is to help people. Everything I do, I mean, I might, say some funny stuff here and there, but that's about it. You know, I had some more jokes I wanted to make, but I can't really make them on this channel. I'll probably do another show at some point, and we'll do it on the other channel, and then I can make my jokes and talk a little bit more loosely, But the point is that the Knowledge is Key catastrophe was of epic proportions, okay? And he had a meltdown of the century on camera, and I mean, he lied and said his mama was calling him when it was pretty clear that he probably like went back into the house or whatever and yelled and screamed. I don't know, but she was going in on him in the chat. I mean, it was crazy because she was not. That's what he's saying. Oh, I love her. You don't love her. You don't know what love is. You said it yourself. You told me when I was in a relationship, my last one, you told me literally your exact words were, you think people want love? You don't feel love. You're a narcissist. You don't know how to feel. You're not fooling anybody. So you don't love her. You're intimidated by her. You don't like the fact that she's like me pretty much, and she's standing up to you. And see, that's why I was right on point, like she said, because I understand exactly what she's going through because I've been through it numerous times with narcissistic women that are basically the epitome of knowledge is key. You're a man, right? But y'all all act the same. You have the same behaviors, right? You're predictable too. So it's like when I said the truth, he didn't like that at all. He made sure he had to disagree right away. But his disagreement isn't right. It isn't true. It isn't correct. And that's the thing, just because people say things doesn't make it gospel or make it true. So what I was saying is, well, I mean, she clearly genuinely loves you because she's wasting her time in the chat worrying about you and saying basically that she cares, but that you're just no good and you're two-faced. And, he tried to, dismiss that as quick as possible, but that is the truth. I can tell you right now, that's the truth from a million miles away. I can see that. I mean, she definitely loves him, but he's just not somebody who's worthy of love. He's undeserving, and he does not know how to feel love. And that's just the truth. And again, I'm not doing this to exploit or to go in or to make fun of him. I'm really not. like I said, I didn't even pick a side, but if anything, I'm trying to help him. But I mean, that's the truth, brother. I mean, and the fact at the end of the day is you can't have love in a relationship without truth. And your meltdown and your catastrophe proves me right and you wrong, that people do want love. You can't lump people into a category and say everyone is the same. She wants love and you're not able to offer that, so she's making the right decision by moving on, and told you basically to sleep in the outhouse and the doghouse. Right? So I'm just telling you reality. I mean, how would you expect? I mean, you claim your name is knowledge, which I said you lack this, and I've been saying this for years. If you had knowledge, how would you not understand the basic, simple concept that um, if you don't have love, you can't have trust. If you don't have love and you can't feel love, how would you have a relationship? And she was like really, really like saying all the dirt. Like she knew everything that he did. She talked about everything he did in Mexico. I don't know if they're still in Mexico. I have no idea. But she went in and she has all the facts, right? So, like I said, I mean, the dude is a nobody, is the truth. He's never been anybody. I've done nothing but try to be nice to him. He wants to be monetized. He's not. He buys views and subs. He's pathetic. He's failed at everything. She supported him since day one. He's the guy who said he was stealing from Publix when he knew French Dose in the lab, who French Dose acted like he was cool with me. I brought him to this network, and then he took my trolls and made them his fan base because that's basically what he was left with, right? And that was his claim to fame at the time. Knowledge is Key's claim to fame was exactly what I just stated. So, I mean, no wonder you're disgruntled, man. I mean, I remember plenty of times when I've been rich. I tend to go broke, then go rich, and become rich and do it all over again a million times. And I'm about to do it all over again, again in front of you is what I believe. I mean, every reading keeps telling me the truth, that the future holds nothing but riches for me, that I'm going to be so filthy rich you've never seen anything like me, that what I'm about to become is something that you couldn't even imagine. That's what God is telling me directly and saying, remember what I promised you. I mean, God's talking to me directly. So, I just want to thank God, number one, period. But like I said, man, I mean, you're just no good, bro. I mean, like I said, you see it every time. I mean, you took that opportunity. A troll came on a fake account just like clockwork. And why? Because they're monitoring your channel because you're part of my gang stalkers. See, the thing is, I have grounds to take Knowledge is Key to court. I could put him in prison, like for real. Like I can have him do time. You know what I mean? Is that my intent? Not really. Like I said, I'm trying to help him. When you commit crimes, I mean, that's kind of on you. You do the crime, you got to do the time, right? I mean, real crimes, not the petty stuff y'all try to do and focus on when you're gang stalking someone like me and make up, right, and lie. I'm talking about actual crimes. I mean, that's felony behavior, what he's done. And like I said, they try to laugh off the truth, just like he tried to laugh off when I said that, right, that I exposed that he is a cheater, and he changed his name on here to the cheating husband as if it was a joke, like, ah, ha, ha, ha. But he knew I caught him. Just like on the show, there was this moment where, like, I saw his face and he was just, like, losing it, like I forget what moment it was, but it was something either she said or I said. It was what I said, I think. Maybe the part when I was talking about that basically the only way that someone could feel that way is if they're using someone. So I'm just telling you the truth, to the wife. I mean, I'm sorry that you had to go through this, genuinely. That's the type of person I am. I'm a real person and I have a heart and I'm genuine with everybody unless you're my enemy. And even then, I'm pretty much genuine. I just genuinely don't like my enemies, right? And I don't back down and I don't, put up with anything. But I'm sorry you have to go through this. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're right. You've woken up and realized what it is in reality, that he has nothing to offer. That is the truth. And that's it. I don't have to come on here and put people down or try to make people look bad. I don't do that. If anything, I've tried nothing but to help this guy, to keep and maintain his relationship while he wanted to destroy the one that I was in. So, I mean, you got to think about that, man. When I was struggling, going through everything, he wanted to rain on my parade instead of trying to help me. I mean, I'm just saying, bro, how do you expect people to feel towards you or treat you? Treat others how you want to be treated. You kick a lot of game. You talk a lot, man. You talk like a teleprompter, like you talk like Daffy Duck, but all your words are backwards. You're like Nutward. You're just analyzing everything and trying to twist reality to what makes you comfortable. That's all you're doing. And what happens is a lot of full-blown narcissists, they turn into schizoids. Okay, majority of them, and they're also the most dangerous people on the planet, and they commit the highest crimes there is all the time. So, I mean, that's the other thing too, is he's clearly dangerous because he's sitting there lying and trying to paint it different for the public, and behind closed doors she's telling the truth. So if she wants to come on the channel and talk about it, I'd love to get her actual story. His story at this point I'm not concerned with because of your actions. Knowledge is key. When, like I said, you try to slander me and jump at the opportunity to lie on my name for absolutely no reason. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, it's clear that you're working with the same gang stalkers to try to smear my character and my name, and I don't appreciate that. Just like you entered the conversation with Ruin Cross, talking about that people you hang out with, that you try to find dirt on them, and then you say that if you get into it with them, that's what you use. That's feminine. That's what women do. That's talking. What does that have to do with getting into it? A man and a man, when they get into it, there's usually no talking involved. They're usually going to get into it, right? Like, that's common sense. So if you're saying you go and you find dirt, right? So that's what you do. You gossip like a woman. So she said the truth, man. I mean, that's all I could say, bro. He's not a man. He's never going to be a man. I don't know what else to tell you. And it's about that simple. So, I mean, she's making the right decision. I'm glad that she is waking up. I'm just sorry you have to go through it, because it sucks, because I've been through it numerous times. And I'm beyond tired of going through it. I don't want to ever go through it again. So I feel your pain, man. So I hope that, not man, but you know what I mean. I use words like that, like dude, when I'm passionate and talking from the heart. But I don't know. She seems pretty cool. I never talked to her. She seems like a really good woman. She's a good person. That's all I've seen from her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought maybe she was down with you and on the evil stuff you were doing, and now I realize, like, nah, like I kind of saw it in her eyes on her stream. I never really paid attention too much, but I came across it, and you could just tell that she was like a really, really seriously genuine good person. She's a soft person. She's not from the hood. She's not like G tough, like, I don't know if she wants to be, but she just seemed like a really good person that speaks and acts from the heart. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's really sad, honestly, that you treat her that way. That's all I can say. And, I hope that it gets better for her. But, I mean, you are making the right decision by getting away from him. And that's what you should do. And I would say sooner rather than later, because someone like him, like I said, they're dangerous. And that's all I can say. And you got to remember, this man and these people have spent every second trying to... I'm saying the truth about him, not to make him look anyway, but because it needs to be said, and for her protection, because I care, because I'm a real, genuine, caring human being that cares about other humans. Him and his people have been trying to say what I'm saying that's the truth about them towards me. And I've never done anything wrong in my life. I've never done anything to anybody. I've talked about everything I went through publicly for years. Everybody knows everything I've been through. I've been through the worst. People treated me horrifically, So it's like, I mean, there's no way to twist it. And that's all I can say, man. I mean, if y'all want to type nonsense, cool. But I mean, like I said, you're repeating yourself. I mean, we've already had those conversations. You've all already been exposed along with your lies. So you're going to have to just, take a seat on your couch or floor or park bench or whatever you're on, because like I said, you're all homeless, projecting, and you're gonna have to just put up with it. So yeah, all right. So the knowledge is key. Catastrophe saga continues. We'll see if she wants to come on the program, which I'm pretty sure she's gonna want to do, and have a talkie. All right, unless she continues to put up with what's clear as day what he is. I mean, so I mean, hopefully she doesn't do that. Hopefully she gets away and moves on. And yeah, so we'll see if she wants to come on here and talk and say her story, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll be back.